Hi guys, behind me is my Yamaha MT10 2019 model. I'm going to walk you through the accessories I bought in this bike and my future plans. I bought this motorcycle last October 16, 2019 in Motorcycle City, Mandaue. It was a week before the Cebu 600 Challenge. And if you guys don't know about the Cebu 600 Challenge, it's a motorcycle endurance event that circumnavigates the entire province of Cebu. It's around 630 plus kilometers, and it's a tough one. And so since the challenge starts at 2 a.m. in the morning, I need a very good auxiliary light. And I already used this brand in my previous bike. The brand name is Laser Gun. I bought it from Monmon Cruise in Manila and shipped it through LBC. Tried and tested, and I'm very happy with this brand. So the auxiliary light needs a mounting point. And since the Yamaha MT10 is categorized as a hyper naked street fighter, so crash bars are out of the picture. And my choice is to have this frame slider. This one, frame slider, so that I can mount this auxiliary light. I drilled a hole here and the nut is inside. Well, I'm pretty much aware with the downside of this kind of frame slider, this one, because in the event of a crash, instead of protecting your bike with this kind of frame slider, it only has a one point. So in the event of a crash, especially a hard one, the pavement would push this frame slider, and the distribution of impact is concentrated only one point instead of multiple points like the crash bars. Actually, they have multiple points of connection. So like this one here and this one there, and some have connections here. So there are actually three connections for the slide bars. But since a frame slider only has a one connecting point, the concentration of the force would only be one, and it would sometimes disfigure the frame or destroy the frame. So that's the disadvantage of having a frame slider like this one. Some frame slider just have a design to spread the impact point, but this one only has one. So that's the downside. And despite of this frame slider protecting this panel, oh, by the way, this panel houses the MT10's ECU. So if you need to reflash your ECU, it's very easy access. Just remove this bolt, and the ECU is in here inside. So despite this frame slider, I still need the engine guard case cover for protection here. I mentioned a while ago of reflashing the ECU because I already ordered Leo Vin's mid-link pipe. It decats this bike. What do you mean by decat? It removes the catalytic converter. The catalytic converter is responsible for muting this bike. So this bike in its stock form, it's very silent. And if it's a very silent bike, you will not appreciate the beauty of the cross-plane engine. And the cross-plane engine is known to produce a sound like a V4 engine. So I don't like it to be silent. So I need to decat this bike, and it also by decatting this bike, it also saves weight because this catalytic converter weighs around 5 kilograms roughly. And why I choose the Leo Vince? Because in my research, the Leo Vince is the one mid-link pipe that has a resonator. The resonator makes the engine sound a little bit lower. So it enhances the V4 effect of the sound of the engine. And it's easy because from this header here, going here, just remove the clamp and replace this catalytic converter with the mid-link pipe. And also by decatting or eliminating the catalytic converter, it makes the engine run lean. And if your engine is running lean, it will be a hotter engine. And you need to flash the ECU in order for the engine to run correctly. If you put this bike in the dyno machine without this catalytic converter, you would find in the power band that there would be flat spots in the graph, in the power band graph. And you need to do something with it. Maybe put a fuel metering device like a power commander, or you need to flash the ECU in order for this bike to run in its optimum capability. Well guys, this is the right hand portion of the bike. As you can see, there's a clamp in here also, and the Leo Vince mid-link pipe, there's already a provision for this O2 sensor. So all you need is just to disconnect this O2 sensor and then put it back in the Leo Vince mid-link pipe. And so you can see this is the catalytic converter with here with the exhaust valve. You also have to remove this exhaust valve, and under the seat there's a servo for the exhaust valve. You need to remove it also and put the servo body. And I plan to use this stock muffler. So the final setup would be the stock muffler, the Leo Vince here mid-link pipe all the way up to here, and in this portion the stock header. For my windshield, I chose this brand, the MRA windshield. It's aesthetically pleasing, not very tall, and it does do its job perfectly because, as you can see here, there's this contour going up. When the wind strikes here, it goes up, creating a wind barrier for the upper wind to pass through, and it prevents hitting your upper torso, especially the chest. Without this windshield, your body becomes a sail. So basically the Yamaha MT10 has a shorter wheelbase, so it's very flickable. It changes direction from left to right so easily, but the problem with a shorter wheelbase is that it wheelies a lot from first gear all the way until the fourth gear. So what I plan is to add 2 extra chain links here, so a total of 116 chain links. It makes the bike longer, This adjuster would move around here, around 1.5 inches long. So the wheelbase will be a little bit longer also, thus preventing the wheelies. And also in the future, I plan to change the gearing of this bike because, as we all know, the Yamaha MT10 is so quick, so agile. Like for example, from 0 to 100, it takes only 3 seconds. From 0 to 200 only 6 seconds, so it's quicker than the R1. But the problem is that it doesn't have the top speed of the R1. The R1 top speed stock is around 299 kph, while the Yamaha MT10 the top speed stock is only 262 kph. So in order to solve that problem, we need to change the sprocket to 16 here and 40 teeth here. So that's my solution. I think I've covered all the things I want to say about my Yamaha MT10. I don't want to make this video long, and it's a wrap.